Hello, Astana kids. I hope you're fine and I trust you're doing well. Our lesson for today is on the topic Africans' climates, vegetation, and landform. I want you to get your writing materials, sit back and listen carefully as we go through the lesson. Africa has different kinds of vegetation and climates. So in Africa, there are different kinds of vegetation and climates, and we're going to be looking at them one after the other. Now, the vegetation and climate in Africa are deserts, rainforest, savanna. Deserts, rainforest, and savanna. Now, let's talk about deserts. Deserts are dry land because of lack of rainfall. They are dry lands because of lack of rainfall. The largest and hottest desert in the world is the Sahara Desert. Other deserts in Africa are Kalahari, Namib Desert in southern Africa. In the deserts, there are very little plants and animals. So deserts are always dry because there are no rainfall. So we don't have plants and animals in desert because they cannot survive when there is no water. So in the desert is dry. Now let's take a look at the picture of desert. This is Sahara Desert. It looks like this is just a dry land. You can see that there's nothing on the sand, just dry. Okay, rainforest. There are rainforests in Africa. These areas have lots of rainfall. Now, due to the loss of rain, there are a lot of plants and trees growing in the rainforest. There are lots of trees and plants growing in the rainforest because of lots of rainfall. Now, this is how the rainforest looks like. You can see the picture of a rainforest. You can see how green and fresh the trees and plants look because of the rainfall. Now, savanna. The savanna region in Africa is mostly in the southern part of the continent Africa. In Africa, half of it is savanna. There are lots of plants and animals in this region. So in Africa, if Africa is divided into two, half of Africa is savanna region. Okay, in the savanna region there are lots of plants and animal lives. Areas where rain is less, the people occupation is cattle railing, while areas where rainfall is more, the people's occupation is farming. So in savanna region, some areas do practice rearing of cattle, while other area go into farming depending on the rainfall. Now this is how a savanna looks like. Don't forget we said there are lots of plants and animal life. You can see some of the animals and you can also see plants in the savanna. Now we'll go to landforms of Africa. Landforms of Africa, there are mountain, plain, and plateau. There are mountain, plain, and plateau. Now let's talk about mountains. The highest mountain regions are found in the east part of Africa. The highest mountain in Africa is Kilimanjaro's mountain. So the highest mountain in Africa is what? Kilimanjaro's mountain, which is in Tanzania. We also have other mountain regions such as the Atlas Mountain, which is found in the northern parts. Now, plains. A plain is a flat area of gently rolling land. In Africa, there are few plains. Most of the plains in Africa are around the coasts. Okay. Now we'll move on to plateau. A plateau is a land that is high above sea level. Most of Africa consists of mountains and plateaux. So in Africa, most of the lands are what mountains and plateaux because they are above sea level. Now let's look at rivers and lakes in Africa. Rivers and lakes in Africa. In Africa, there are lots of rivers and lakes. The longest river in Africa is Nile, which is also the longest river in the world. The largest lake in Africa is Lake Victoria, and it is the third world's largest lake. Now, I believe we know the difference between rivers and lake. Rivers are flowing water, they flow, but lakes do not flow. Okay. Now, this is Lake Victoria. This is a picture of Lake Victoria. Now, some other rivers in Africa are River Congo, River Zambezi, River Limpopo, River Orange, etc. But looking at this picture, it is the Victoria Lake. Now we'll move on to African animals. African animals. There are lots of different kinds of animals found in Africa, and it's about 1,590 different kinds of animals found in Africa. Examples are the cheetah, lion, leopard, antelope, etc. You can name it all. There are a lot of animals found in Africa. Now, these animals no longer roam freely anymore because of the poachers who want to kill them. Now, there are some set of persons called the poachers. They go about killing animals in the forest. Now, because of this set of people, the animals no longer roam freely in the forest. They're not taken to zoos to be kept there. Some interactive questions before we go. The first one is, that is the longest river in Africa? A. Nile, B. Congo, C. Malawi. The right option is A. Nile. Nile is the longest river in Africa. The next interactive question is, the tallest mountain is dash. A. Everest, B. Kilimanjaro, C. Sahara. The right option here is B. Kilimanjaro. Now, before we go, let's take a look at the assignment. Answer number 1, 2, and 3 of the exercise on page 63 of your social studies textbook. When you're done, take a picture of it and upload it to the portal for marking. See you in the next class, and always be good. Bye.